Maybe you've been wondering, do I have low progesterone? Is that why I'm spotting? Why my cycles are short? Why I can't stay pregnant? And maybe no one's giving you clear answers. Today, we're breaking it down. How to know if low progesterone is part of your story and what steps you can take to work with your body naturally and gently. I'm Arianna, and this is the Fertility and Wholeness Podcast.
Welcome to Fertility and Wholeness Podcast. Are you tired of seeing that test be negative month after month? Will you ever stop having to take test after test? Are you scared of all the medical terminology, office visits, and misinformation you see at every turn on your infertility journey? If you answer yes to any of those, you're not alone. You are at the right place. I am so happy you're here with us. My name is Arianna. I'm a fertility care practitioner and a wholeness coach with over a decade of experience on the field. I created this podcast because I know what it is to feel alone and lost while navigating fertility problems. And after helping hundreds of women, teaching them how to not protract their cycles, boost their fertility, and navigate their monthly emotional roller coaster and get pregnant naturally, I am on a mission to empower women to take charge of their fertility journey. In this podcast, you will find heartfelt conversations, education, tips on how to take care of and understand your fertility, emotional support, simple lifestyle changes to boost your fertility, nutrition, self-care routines, tips for handling stress and anxiety with ease. We have amazing, exciting expert interviews and guests, inspirational stories, and practical advice on preparing for pregnancy and joyful delivery. Are you ready to reclaim your health, your life, and become pregnant naturally? If so, grab your green juice and prenatal vitamins. This episode is just what the doctor ordered.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Arianna, and I'm so grateful that you're here today because we are talking about something that is near to my heart and such a key to women's health: how to naturally boost progesterone. I have walked this journey myself. I have 3 pregnancies where I needed progesterone supplementation to carry to term. I know what it feels to wonder, am I making enough progesterone? Is my body doing what it's supposed to do? Maybe you're listening today and you've been quietly trying for months or years. Maybe you've been prescribed progesterone suppositories, but it still aren't seeing the results you hope for. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed by supplements, wondering if you're missing something. You're not alone. And today, we're going to talk about the why, the what, and the how, with actionable steps to help you work with your body. And friend, before you dive in, if you haven't had your progesterone tested, please get it checked. You can ask your doctor for a blood draw around 7 days post-ovulation or use a home monitor like Mira to get that data. Don't guess. Knowing your levels empowers you to take the right next step. So why progesterone matters? Let's just start with this. Why progesterone matters? Progesterone is the hormone that prepares your body for pregnancy. But even beyond fertility, it is vital for mood, sleep, bone health, and hormonal balance. It stabilizes the uterine lining, prevents estrogen dominance, calms the nervous system, and is really a cornerstone of feminine health. If you're not ovulating regularly, or if ovulation is weak, progesterone stays low. That's why some of you might be saying, I'm not getting a period. Is it even possible to track ovulation? And the truth is, if you're not getting a period, chances are you're not ovulating. A regular cycle is a sign that ovulation occurred. Without ovulation, progesterone doesn't rise, and without progesterone, your body doesn't trigger a true period. But here is what many women feel confused. So let me pause and answer a few common questions that might be on your mind. You might be thinking, how do I even know if I'm ovulating? This is where charting your cervical mucus, basal temperature, or using hormone monitors can help. In the Cradle model, we teach women how to observe cervical mucus daily so we can identify when ovulation is likely to occur, not guessing, but reading your body real-time signs. And I want you to know, you don't need to figure this out alone. I'd love to teach you this skill. If you're thinking, Arianna, I don't even know what mucus looks like or what to write down, please come to my next intro session. I'll walk you through it step by step. You might be wondering, If I'm not ovulating, when should I test my progesterone? Great question. If ovulation is irregular or unclear, we sometimes use cycle biomarkers or hormone monitor to estimate the right time. Or your doctor may track ultrasounds or other markers. But testing randomly won't give you helpful data. That's why cycle tracking is powerful. And one more clarification. What is a luteal phase again? The luteal phase is the time from ovulation to the next period. Is when progesterone should rise and sustain the uterine lining. If it's less than 10 days, it is called a short luteal phase, which can be the reason for difficulty conceiving or early miscarriages. So, what do you do when progesterone supplementation isn't working? Some of you have shared, I started progesterone suppositories at 3 days post ovulation, but I still got my period while I'm on them. My doctor told me to stop them. Has anyone experienced this? Yes, this is something that I have seen. And here's what I want you to know. Progesterone supplementation isn't always a quick fix. Sometimes, if underlying issues aren't addressed, like stress, inflammation, thyroid dysfunction, or receptor sensitivity, the body might not respond as we hoped. For some women, the dose of progesterone needs adjusting. Oral progesterone, vaginal suppositories, or even intramuscular injections have different absorption and effectiveness. It is not one size fits all. And here's something many doctors miss. If progesterone receptors aren't working well due to thyroid issues, high cortisol, or nutrient deficiencies, then even adding progesterone won't have the full effect. Again, you might be wondering, how do I know if my progesterone receptors aren't working? Great question. There is no direct receptor test. Clues can include low progesterone symptoms, even when labs are normal, or poor response to supplementation. This is where we investigate upstream, checking thyroid labs like TSH, free T3, reverse T3, cortisol patterns, nutrient status, zinc, vitamin A, selenium. If no one's checked this for you, advocate for those labs or work with a practitioner who will explore those root causes with you. And some of you have asked, how long should I try natural things before asking for progesterone meds? That depends. If you're trying to conceive and already seeing short luteal phases or spotting, progesterone supports may be started sooner. If you're working on restoring your ovulation naturally first, we may give it a few cycles while focusing on nutrition, stress, and inflammation. There is no shame in needing support, and both paths can be valid. And for my sisters who have already been charting, supplemented, testing, maybe even years in, please know I see you. And I know it's frustrating when answers don't come easily. Stay curious, stay persistent, and stay hopeful. So, why you might feel stuck despite trying everything? I have heard from many of you saying, I'm trying everything. I've taken Vitex, try wild yam cream, supplements, but nothing is changing. And I want to loudly say this. Sometimes more isn't better. If we throw multiple herbs, supplements, creams, and interventions at the body without a clear roadmap, we might unintentionally be overwhelming or sabotaging progress. True hormone healing takes patience, gentleness, and strategic steps. So these are my steps. Number 1, reduce stress and cortisol because high cortisol blocks progesterone production. Number 2, nourish with whole foods, healthy fats, vitamin C, magnesium, zinc, and B6. Minimize endocrine disruptors, plastics, parabens, and pesticides. Support ovulation first because progesterone comes after ovulation. If you're not ovulating regularly, progesterone won't rise, no matter how many supplements you take. Also, spotting before your period can be a sign of low progesterone, but it's not the only cause. It could be polyps, infections, and other factors. That's why tracking, lab work, and working with a provider go hand in hand. And some of you have asked, will progesterone therapy mask ovulation problems? That is such a good question that I get because progesterone doesn't cause ovulation. It supports the luteal phase after ovulation. So we still need to ensure ovulation is happening in the first place. And that's why I always say track first, support second. So when to seek more support? Sometimes natural strategies aren't enough, and we need medical support alongside with them. If you've been prescribed progesterone and it's not sustaining your luteal phase, you might need a higher dose or a different form, like injections. If you're not ovulating at all, doctor might need to investigate PCOS, thyroid disease, or hypothalamic amenorrhea. Friend, I want you to know you're not broken and you don't have to walk this alone. Your cycle is a monthly report card from your body. And if your period is missing or if progesterone is low, it is a sign to look deeper, not just a slap a band-aid. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, confused, I see you. I've been there and I want to walk with you. This is why I'm inviting you to my next intro to cycle tracking session, where I'll show you how to start reading your body signs using the Creighton model. This is for you if you're trying to conceive, trying to balance hormones, or just want to finally understand what your body's telling you. The link to sign up is in the notes. I would love to see you there. And if this episode bless you, will you share it with a friend who's walking a similar journey? Until next time, stay hopeful, stay faithful, and stay fruitful.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, we got a special treat for you. Join our free Facebook group where you can connect with other amazing women and share your thoughts. Join us by clicking in the link in the show notes. We can't wait to welcome you into our supportive community. And don't forget to come back for our next episode, where we'll be sharing even more inspiring stories, encouraging tips, educational insights, and practical strategies. Oh, and before you go, we have a tiny favor to ask. If you found today's episode uplifting and helpful, please leave us a review. It's like giving us a virtual hug, and it helps other amazing women like you find our show. Plus, it makes us smile from ear to ear. And hey, why stop there? Share the love. Tell your Betsies, your mom, your sister, and even your favorite barista about our podcast. The more, the merrier.